Hi, welcome in. We are going to do a Sunday morning yoga with the weather the way that it is. It's not a magical Monday today, but it is a very snowy Sunday. So welcome in, have a seat, and join me for a deep somatic stretch today. We're going to work on connective tissue, and if it's your first class with me, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And if it's, a regular client, thank you for tuning in and allowing me to do this from home today for where everyone can be safe, and I appreciate you logging in. So welcome. I'm going to have a seat here. Welcome into my space. You can see all my running medals throughout my life sitting back here. So welcome into my space. And if you did COVID, this couch looks very familiar to you. So if you're a prior client, that couch looks very familiar. We're going to sit on a blanket if you have one, or just sit on a yoga mat or a blanket. Have a little seat. I do have yoga blocks here. You do not have to use those. I will give you options with blocks and without blocks. I'll give a little time for people to start logging in. I know it takes a couple moments for it to get caught up. But we are going to work on neck and shoulders, spine, lower back, and hips. So hi everyone. I see you starting to log in. Welcome in. I hope you are all staying safe today and you're able to be at home. The universe often tells us to pause, right? We always say that we'll take the time or we'll do things, but we always stay busy and make excuses. So I would like you to just take a pause today. The world is telling you to calm down. It's collectively over our country, and I feel like that's kind of a message coming out to us today, is to collectively take a chill pill. The world is very heated right now. Our country is very heated. This storm and this weather is telling you to, collectively take a pause. Think about things, reflect, and kind of do better. So whether that resonates with you or not, I just want you to let that sit with you. There's a reason all of this is happening and coming across the whole country almost like a freeze out of our emotions in our lives and telling us it's okay. It's okay. Look inwards. Do some reflection and some personal work. We all have things that we can work on. No one's perfect. And kind of tune inwards today. I plan on doing that and reading a book or two and focusing on some new goals and manifestations for 2026. So if you didn't get a start on yours in January, that is fine. We have Chinese New Year coming up. We have Imbolc coming up. You can take the time to do your goals in a time frame that suits you. I feel like, the end of the holidays is just recovery time, and we're already trying to put ourselves forward again. That sometimes it's okay to pause and wait and not do those goals so rushed as it would be trying to get them in on January 1st. So take your time. Take your time. The universe is telling you it's a good time now. So it's a good time for you. Set those intentions. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get started at 10:30. I'm allowing a lot of you guys to get into the class. We are going to work on a connective tissue stretch. If you have yoga blocks, you can use those. If you do not, you can simply omit them. I'm going to give you a version that takes blocks and no blocks. I will give modifications for every pose. Do what suits you and what feels good for you today. I always encourage you to seek inwards while we do our practice, and we're going to focus on neck and shoulders, lower back, hips, and spine. Let me get a drink and we will get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so grateful and appreciative of whether it's your first time tuning in with me, or you are a regular yoga client of mine, or I've met you through Open Way on our Mondays. Thank you so much for the opportunity to teach you today and help you get through a little bit of maybe uneasiness with this storm. So I ask you to come to a comfortable seat. And as you close your eyes, start to reflect inwards. Throughout this practice, You can continue to keep the eyes closed, focusing on yourself and your body. Going to these spaces that you feel could use a little bit of improvement. As we settle in, I want you to start to feel the connections of your sits bones into your space. And as you turn your reflection inwards, notice where the body feels heavy today. Maybe a little less tense, some inflammation, or just some heaviness. Take notice of that. Whether writing it into a mental notepad or just jotting it down in your mind, we're going to come back to those spaces at the end of class. And when you're ready, start to focus on the breath. Allowing yourself to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose of the mouth as you sink heavy into your seat. Shoulders over the hips. Crown of the head or the top of the head starting to extend towards the ceiling. And let's do a mental check. You can put one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or both hands in a space. Let's check in on your nervous system. Is there a little anxiety coming with the storm? Are you feeling uneasy from the unknown? Is the world feeling a little heavy right now? As you take a few breaths, we inhale, we feel the breath, feel the palms. And as we exhale, give a gentle press on the exhale as you squeeze the air out, putting a little pressure on the chest and on the belly, activating the nervous system. Allow yourself a little squeeze, a little press, a little reassurance that everything will be okay. Whether the worldly problems can all feel heavy in this moment. It can manifest in our bodies and in our minds. I want you to imagine you start that healing within. Imagine a white light or golden light, gently starting at the crown of the head, almost like water washing down to the shoulders, falling down the arms, the lower back and the hips, washing all the way over the legs and the knees, going past the toes and into the space where you're sitting. A healing light of assurance, of protection. Allow yourself to let these feelings set aside for the next about 45 minutes as we go through our stretch. When you feel ready, we'll gently bring the palms back to the knees. We're going to drop the chin to chest. And as we press the chin into chest, I want you to draw the shoulders down and away from the ears, putting some space between the ears and the shoulders. Feeling the stretch along the back of the neck and between the shoulders. Pause and take a breath or two. Can you press the shoulders down a little bit more? Feeling the stretch slide down the back. And if you feel a little extra tension between the shoulder blades, I want you to focus your breath between the shoulder blades. As you inhale, take the breath between the shoulders, expanding from shoulder to shoulders, like your lungs are on your back. And as you exhale, gently release the breath, creating more space in the upper back as you inhale, expand. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, expand. And exhale, release. Putting some space between the ears and the shoulders one more time. Drop the shoulders down. Can you take the stretch a little bit deeper? And when you're ready, let's release the shoulders. We'll gently bring right ear to right shoulder. And just the left shoulder is going to press down. So we press just the left shoulder down. We feel the stretch from behind the ear, down the neck, and into the shoulder joint. Hold that press down. How you doing so far? You feeling okay? I hope you're doing okay. I know it can be challenging. I know life can feel heavy. Just as heavy as the snow that's piling outside. Just want you to know, I care about you. We're all here for each other. Whether it may not seem like that, social media, the news may not make you feel like we're here for each other. But if you step out your door, you see me, you're gonna get a hug and a wave. There's plenty of us out there. We care. Can you press the left shoulder down again? Feel the stretch go a little bit deeper. And then if it feels good to you, right hand can come up and give a soft press. Taking the stretch just a little bit deeper. We're going to take a couple progressions on this stretch. Only do what feels comfortable for you. With the right ear to right shoulder, left shoulder stays pressed down. We're going to drop the chin to the right chest. As you drop the chin to the right chest, you should feel the stretch shift between the shoulder blade and the spine. Pause. Take a breath or two. Allowing that space in the shoulder joint to soften with every inhale and exhale. adding any progressions if you choose, dropping the shoulder a little bit more, adding a little pressure to the back of the head. And then we're going to gently come out. We're going to bring the right ear back to right shoulder. Right hand can come back to right knee. We're going to drop the left shoulder down one more time. And as you close your eyes, notice the length from ear all the way to the top of the shoulder. Do you feel less tense? And when you're ready, we're going to release the press of the left shoulder. We're going to bring the chin back to chest. And we're going to press the shoulders down again. Notice the difference between left and right shoulder. Does the left shoulder feel farther down the back? More space between the ear and the shoulder. Let's release those shoulders. If you need to change the cross of the legs or wiggle out the feet for a minute, let's do that first before we head to the other side. I hope you notice that difference. You feel a little bit better with the tension on the left side. And I encourage you to continue on. And we're going to even the stretch out. So let's work on the right side of the neck. As we bring the chin back to chest, we're going to roll left ear to left shoulder. As we roll left ear to left shoulder, we're going to press the right shoulder down and away, just like we did on the opposite side. It could feel a little funny on the left side from the deep stretch that we already did. So if it feels a little funny as you first start to place your ear towards the shoulder, that's normal. And let's hold that press down. Right shoulder presses away, softening through the right side. We feel the tension and the discomfort. We know it'll feel like the left side after our practice. So let's hold that press down first. Take a few breaths. Press down a little bit more, extending the stretch. Once again, feeling the pull behind the ear, down the neck, and into the shoulder. Pause. Do you want to add anything to the stretch? Maybe taking the left hand up and giving a soft press, taking the stretch just a little bit deeper. We're going to go through some progressions on this side too. If you want to add any more to the stretch, add it now. Feeling tension start to loosen up. And we're going to drop the chin to the left chest this time. Keeping the right shoulder pressed down. And as you tune in or close your eyes, focusing on the space between the spine and the shoulder blade. Feel the stretch go a little bit deeper. Soften into the stretch. A few more breaths. See if you would maybe want to add a little bit more pressure. Drop the shoulder a little bit more. And then let's bring left ear back to left shoulder. Drop the right shoulder one more time. Left hand can come back to left knee. Feeling more space from ear all the way down the neck and into the shoulder. And then let's release the right shoulder. We're going to drop the chin one more time. Feeling both shoulders slide down the back. More space between the ears and the shoulders. Less tension. Let's gently bring the head back up to center. Wiggle the head from side to side. Feeling less tension, more range of motion. And as we do that, we're gonna let the legs go out wide. They're probably tired from the seated stretches. You can take them a little bit as wide as your mat or a little bit wider. If you have a block, you can use that here. If not, you're gonna put the hands on the thighs. If you have a block, you can rest your hand on the top of the block. We're going to lift the toes towards the ceiling. I'm trying to get both toes in. I need a wide angle camera. Lift the toes towards the ceiling. Sit tall through the crown of the head. And I want you to notice any tension in your legs. Notice from hip to heel. We're going to move through a series of these progressions with this. Once again, only doing what's comfortable for you. So if you have the hands on the thighs, it'll look a little bit different. If you have the hands on the block, it'll look a little bit different. And we'll go through both of those as we go through the stretch. If you have the block, you're going to walk it forward. Hands are going to go to the block, and we're going to pull the chest towards the block. If you have hands to the thighs, we're going to put the hands about knees or below knees, and we're going to pull the chest forward. So we're going to lead with the chest, pulling the chest forward. And as you pull the chest forward, we feel the pulling of the tension throughout the spine. We feel the release in the lower back. Pause. Allow the body to lengthen. And as you hold this pose, can you draw the chest forward a little bit more? Starting to feel the lower back loosen up. Feel the length along the spine. And we're going to have some progressions through this. If you have the hands on the thighs or by the knees, I'm going to have you take left hand over, either stacking it on the right or letting it lay next to it. If you have the block is going to go along the right leg. Right hand's going to go on the block. Left hand's going to go over top. And we're going to draw the chin and the chest towards the right toes. almost like a string is pulling the eyes towards the toes. Feeling it in our hip, our hamstrings, our lower back. And as you feel the lengthening, I want you to notice your shoulders. Is one dip down? Are you leaning to one side? Can you square them off? And pull the chin towards the toes a little bit more. Hold. Do you want to pull a little bit more? Feel the chin pull towards the toes. Maybe drop the head, pulling the crown of the head towards the toes. A few more breaths. We're going to lift the left hand up off the block. You can come down to the side of the block, or if you have the hands on the legs, we're going to take the hand to the side of the leg. And when you're ready, we're going to softly float the hand up towards the ceiling. As you float the hand up towards the ceiling, you can tip the chin up to look at the bottom of the palm. You can float the fingertips up, reaching towards the ceiling, extending through the left side. Can you reach up a little bit more? And then the left hand is going to drop down by the left hip. Right arm's going to float up towards the ceiling. Looking again at the bottom of your palm. And you can stay here or you can rainbow it back. Feel the stretch in your right hip flexor and your lower back. Take a breath or two. Right hand's going to float back to either the knee or the block. Left hand's going to float back up. Reach and stretch one more time, adding some more length through the left side. And let's drop the left hand back on top of the right. Making sure the shoulders are even, we draw the crown of the head towards the toes. Maybe you can feel it pull a little bit more. Or fold down a little bit deeper. Let's bring the block back to center, or hands back on both of the legs, whatever feels good to you. And as you come back to this space, you can sit up a little bit, wiggle the legs, the knees, the toes. Does the right leg feel longer or lighter? Does the left leg feel heavy, shorter, more inflammation? Take a breath or two. Maybe wiggle the upper body, feeling less tension through the right side. Feeling tension still on the left from the one-sided stretch. I always like to say in my classes, we walk around like the left side all day, right? We feel heavy, we feel aggravated, we just feel so tense all day. We carry that with us, whether we're at work or at home or with our family. That heaviness just stays with us. The right side, we can choose to come to that right side. We can choose to feel like the right side anytime we want. Just come to your mat. Take some time to focus inward and release that. It's all up to you. And when you're ready, we're going to take the block or the hands over towards the left side. So if you're on the left, we're going to put the hands on the leg, or we're going to put left hand on the block, right hand over top. And we're going to start to pull the chest towards the left toes. And as we close our eyes, feeling our shoulders, do they feel even? Are we leaning to one side? Can we square them off? As we draw the chest towards the toes. Can you deepen the stretch? Pull the chest towards the toes a little bit more. Feel the pull from hip to heel. And then do you want to drop the head, pulling the crown of the head towards the toes? As you pull the crown of the head towards the toes, can you sink into the pose a little bit more before we go to those progressions? If you have the hands on the leg, The hand is going to go to the side of the leg, right hand. If you have the hand on the block, right hand's going to go on the edge of the block. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly peel ourselves up. Right hand is going to float towards the ceiling. We're going to look up towards the palm, extending the fingertips up with a big reach. Can you reach the right arm up a little bit more? Pulling through the right side, extending. And then right hand's going to drop down by the right hip. Left arm's going to float up, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Again, we can look at the bottom of our palm. And you can rainbow it back if it feels good. Feeling the release in our hip flexor, our left hip and lower back. And left hand's going to come back down to the block. Right arm's going to float back up one more time. Can you reach and lift, pulling the upper body out of the hips. And then stacking the right hand on the left. We're going to drop or bow the head one more time, extending the crown of the head towards the toes. Shoulders are even. We feel the length through our spine and through our legs. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that block back to center one more time. Or hands are on the legs, and either bringing the forearms down this time or keeping the hands. We're going to pull the chest forward. The forearms down. Can you lift and tilt the chin up? That little bit of movement with the chin pulls from the hips and the lower back, relieving any last bit of tension that you have. And as you do that, notice the evenness in the left leg and the right. Notice less tension. They both feel the same length, weight, and you can fold down a little bit more. When you're ready, we're going to bring the block back up. We're going to start to sit up again, pulling the crown of the head towards the ceiling, lengthen through the spine. Woo, that should feel a lot better. Wiggle the upper body from side to side. Feeling less tension in both sides this time. We have one more section here. We're going to work through our hips before we're done. So I'm going to invite you to come down, lay your spine across your mat. Let's make sure you can see me because I didn't fully practice everything before I decided to do this morning. We're going to lay down. You don't need to see my head. You don't need to see my face through this. We're going to bring the feet down. Knees are towards the ceiling. It's kind of hard to see mine with the green, but my feet are on the mat. My knees are towards the ceiling, and we're just going to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. You can have hands on the belly or on the heart. Feel the shift in the lower body. Relieving tension from your lower back and from your hips. Notice your range of motion. Notice any tension that you're carrying. Let's change that. We're going to bring just the right knee to chest, give it a little squeeze. And as you're squeezing the right knee to chest, notice your range of motion. Notice any tension in your glute and in your hip. And if it feels good, add some motion. Take the right knee out towards the right and then draw it back to center or a little across the midline. Putting some motion into the hip joint. Left bottom stays pressed to mat. Shoulders stay pressed to mat. We're keeping the stretch into the hip joint, those ligaments and tendons in the hip joint. And as we do this rocking, if you have some hardwood floors like mine, you're going to feel a little massage in the lower back to help soften the SI joint. When the knee comes back to center, give it another little squeeze. And we're going to come to a figure 4 stretch. Right ankle is going to go to left knee. Right hand is going to press on right thigh, and we're going to press that away. And as you press the right knee and right thigh away, I want you to press the lower back into your mat. As you soften the lower back into mat, pressing the right thigh away, you're going to feel an extension in your right hip flexor. Pause and hold. Let's release the right hand. We're going to take this figure 4 and we're going to gently rock it over towards the left. Doesn't have to be a big movement. You're going to feel the stretch on the outside of your hips. Hold that over towards the left first. Give it a breath or two, allowing some length from the outside of the hip and the lower back. And then we're going to add some soft movement. So allow it to gently lean first. And then add some soft movement. Bring the figure 4 back to center. And then gently rock it back over towards the left. Adding a soft sway or soft movement. Feeling the rotation from the belly button down. Take a few more. the next time the legs are over towards the left, pause and hold. And then bring the knees back up to center. We're going to draw the right knee to chest one more time. Give it a big old squeeze. Notice if you can hug it a little bit tighter. Feeling more range of motion as you drop the right foot to mat. Knee towards the ceiling, so both legs are back to where they started. And then give a gentle sway from side to side. Do you feel less tension in your hip joint? Do you feel more range of motion as you gently sway the knees from side to side? Maybe you feel it in your back. You can feel it all the way up to your shoulders sometimes, depending on how you carry your tension personally. Once again, we feel the difference from right to left. The heaviness still in the left, the release in the right from our stretching. And let's even this out. We're going to bring just the left knee to chest and give it a little squeeze. It feels tight. It feels tense. And then if you want to add that sway, letting the left leg out towards the left, and then gently bringing it back to center. Moving just the left hip joint, right bottom stays pressed to mat. Feeling the rotation in our hip joint. Once again, if you have a little bit harder floor, you can feel the massage in the lower back. Just a few more. And let's bring the left knee back in, a little extra squeeze here in between. And then left ankle to right knee. We're going to press the left thigh away. So left hand goes on to the thigh. You can see where I'm pressing onto the thigh. And as I press on the left thigh, I'm going to soften my lower back into the mat. We feel the pull in the left hip flexor. Pause, take a breath or two. Another soft press. And let's take this figure four over towards the right. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Shoulders are glued down to mat. Chest is towards the ceiling. We feel the rotation of the lower body over towards the right. Pulling around the outside of our hip and our SI joint. Take another breath or two and then invite yourself for some movement. Gently bringing it back to center And softly rocking the figure 4 over towards the right. Adding a soft sway. And then next time the legs are over towards the right, we're going to pause and hold again. Take another breath or two, allowing the legs to be heavy over towards the right. Left shoulder is grounded. And then we'll gently bring that back up. Left knee goes into chest one more time. Give it another squeeze. Noticing more range of motion. Maybe a little less tension, or just being able to hug it a little bit closer this time. And let's drop the left foot to mat. Knees are towards the ceiling one more time as we softly sway the knees from side to side. Feeling more range of motion on both sides, less tension. Maybe you can sway them a little bit farther. Feel the improved range of motion, and maybe feel it all the way up your back and into your shoulders. And then softly either extending the legs down or doing a little cross-legged here. We're going to bring the right hand to the chest, the left hand to the belly. And we're going to connect back to our breath one more time for a little meditative savasana. As you come back to your breath and to your body, do you physically feel less tension? Do you mentally feel less tension? Taking any notice to how you feel at the end of class, to how you felt before we took the stretch. Were you able to soften any spaces? Do they still feel the same? Or did you feel a little relief? Any last bit of tension you feel holding on, I encourage you to take a breath to that space and then gently exhale. See if you can release. And then one little press of the palms into the body. Feel that soft bit of pressure. And either staying here or coming up and joining me in a comfortable seat where we will end this yoga class together. Coming back to where we started. Maybe sitting up a little bit taller, crossing the legs a little bit easier, feeling more space between the ears and the shoulders. The shoulders slide down the back, feeling the crown of the head pull towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And when you're ready, we are going to take one big breath together, sealing out this practice together this morning. Fingertips down, palms facing forward. A big inhale reaches the arms up and overhead. Full breath brings those palms together, sealing this practice. And as we exhale, we draw the hands down the midline, stopping at thumbs to sternum. We pause. Give thanks for showing up today, no matter the weather, the conditions. We always can find ways of connection, whether it's virtual or in person, to create the space of release together. I thank you so much. Namaste if you choose. And by the way, my name is April Holm with Witchy Vibes Yoga. I am an ERYT yoga instructor. I also specialize in yoga for pain management, restorative and yin style yoga with meditation and aromatherapy all together. You can catch me in my classes in Fremont or every other Monday at Open Way Yoga, or schedule a personal yoga one-on-one with me. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. I thank you so much for your time this morning, or if you're tuning in later, this will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. You can follow my YouTube channel through my Facebook page, and this will be there for you to take whenever you feel. It'll be there forever for free as a gift from me to you. I hope you all stay safe, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Always message me with questions.